The following is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are New Orleans.
After a frightful two-game West Coast road trip to open the season, Anthony Davis and the Pelicans look to trick Steph Curry and the Warriors tonight at the Smoothie King Center. It's our treat to you on Fox Sports New Orleans. There is no place better to celebrate Halloween than New Orleans. And hopefully, a lot of treats from the Pels tonight. No tricks, just treats. As the Pelicans match up this evening. I like that, the Mod Squad. The defending champions in town as our Cricket Wireless NBA opening week continues. And finally, the Pelicans back on their home floor, taking on a team that won it all. And the Pels were there for ring night as well. Hi, everybody. I'm Joel Myers alongside David Wesley. Jen Hill will join us in just a moment. Welcome to the Smoothie King Center. Home opener for the Pelicans, and hopefully tonight they avoid the starts that we saw, David, very slow ones on the road.
Well, it starts with offensive rhythm, and that's what they're working towards. But if they can get in better offensive rhythm and get out and score some baskets, that'll create some energy for the defensive end, and maybe they can put it together tonight.
It was a struggle for Anthony Davis in the opener Tuesday night, but then Wednesday in Portland, back to normal.
Well, we've seen signs of what he can do in that second half of Portland. So he's starting to get into a better offensive rhythm. So they can get on his back and ride it, but they got to do something defensively to get this guy slowed down. He's trouble for every team in the league. What can they do? They have to get physical and make it tough.
Well, with more on another new addition, but a familiar face for the Pelicans. Let's join Jen Hill. Jen.
Well, Joel, it's a familiar face. This locker room is fired up to have back veteran point guard Tony Douglas, 7-year pro. Fans will remember him from the last 12 games of the season last year. He was crucial in that playoff push, and this squad is so glad to have him back for two reasons. First of all, he's a ferocious defender, which is certainly going to help against Golden State. Secondly, this might be a new coaching staff, but Tony still knows the personnel, where and when these shooters want to get the ball. So it's going to be a big help tonight as the Pelicans take on the Golden State Warriors. Coming up next, 3 things you need to know with Luke Babbitt as he prepares to make his season debut back from that hamstring injury. Be sure to keep it right here on Fox Sports New Orleans. You're watching Pelicans basketball.
Now with 3 things to know going into this evening's matchup. Let's join Jen Hale.
Joel, thanks so much. 3 things to know about Luke Babbitt tonight as he makes his season debut. He traveled with the Boys and Girls Club basketball team as a youth. Last season, for a time, he dominated that 3-point shooting percentage, leading the NBA with 51.3%. And then, Luke, something we don't really need to tell the fans about, they have been obsessed with your haircuts throughout the years, dating all the way back to your college years. It's become a social media sensation. Do you just have an affinity for changing hairstyles?
No, it just grows. I mean, you know, if you don't cut it, if you don't do anything, it'll grow long. So that's what I did last year, let it go for a little bit. Not sure if I'll do that again.
Do you like the new crop crew cut look?
I do, yeah. My wife likes it. It's a little, you know, it's a little easier. You just wake up and go. But, yeah, we'll see.
The wife likes it and it's easy. Sounds like a winner to me. Luke,
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Be sure to keep it right here on Fox Sports New Orleans. Coming up next, the Pelicans anthem debuts as we get you all set for your home opener. Keep it right here on Fox Sports New Orleans for Pelicans basketball.
Welcome back once again. We are ready to go at the center. And finally, Pelicans at home. The first of 41 on their floor, and boy, and what a beautiful screen we've got of the building now as well. So we are almost ready to go. We saw it a few days ago, but it's worth another look, and let's do it in style. As a matter of fact, as far as I'm concerned, you could not get enough of Trombone Shorty.
shadows in the light, under cover of the night we run. There's gotta be a better way.
Thank you, Trombone Shorty, once again. And what a way to start the new season at home for the first time. As we welcome you back to the Smoothie King Center. Anthony Davis, the Pels being announced. And I want to thank Mr. B, and I know you do too, because this board is amazing. And we have really upgraded everything in this building. And thank you, Mr. B, Tom Benson, because it is state-of-the-art in this facility now. When you come to the Smoothie King Center, it's large. It's from free throw line to free throw line. It's big. So it's a lot of fun. Luke Walton, 35 years of age, interim head coach,
crazy.
And just a great kid, great young man. And I'm not surprised that when Steve wanted some help, that he went to Luke Walton to begin with, and it was great because we saw his dad. Bill was at the game, my old partner a long time ago, and it was good to see Bill Walton there. And boy, is he proud of Luke and all his boys. But that night, special night for Luke, obviously. Our Cricket Wireless starting five, Steph Curry along with Klay Thompson. Miserable backcourt they've got. Festus Ezeli, Draymond Green, and Harrison Barnes. We really feel for them for the next decade with those two. And now, let's see if this is such a good person, Alvin Gentry. Let's see if they play their guts out at the defensive end of the floor for their coach, because the coach has really been good for them. We know that from the inside.
Got to get more intensity, and that's what he's trying to get. Got to wait for that time. They'll get there.
Cricket Wireless starting five. Good to see Drew Holiday, and hopefully more minutes. He played 22 the other night with Eric Gordon. They got to hit for a higher percentage as well in the backcourt. Perk will start. Oshik is going to play. And also Luke Babbitt's going to play. Spoke with Luke, and it's great to see Anthony Davis down the baseline with Oshik coming back. Now, our local Toyota dealer is bringing you David Wesley's keys to the game. David, break it down.
Well, you know, Golden State wants to get out and run and run and run. So transition D has got to be good. And then when they get in the half court, Golden State, the Pelicans have to have good communication on defense. They got to talk. They got to make sure their switches are crisp and they do them all the right way. And in Golden State, they gave up too many second and third opportunities. They got to rebound the basketball. If you give this Golden State team extra opportunities, they're going to burn you every single time.
21-6 on the offensive glass at Golden State.
Yeah, and they're
Can't
not not known as a great rebounding team, so you can't let them win the rebounding game like that.
Let's check in once again with Jen Hale. Jen.
Joel, you mentioned Drew Holiday and his minutes. They are going to distribute them a little bit differently this game. Coach Gentry told me he wants to save Drew for the end of the game. So you're probably going to see him here at the beginning and then again with a big push in the fourth quarter. The way they've been doing it before, they tried to sprinkle his minutes throughout all four quarters, and Gentry just thinks he'll have a better offensive rhythm with leaving the lead point guard in there for longer stretches at a time, Joel.
Okay, so the allotted minutes, and it's up to 20, 22 a game. And I don't blame Alvin. You want him on the floor at the end of games.
You certainly do, and you know, it's kind of a fine line. Do you get him off early? Do you get him late? But in both games, they've been pretty much coming from behind, so hopefully they can get off to a better start.
So here we go. Anthony Davis has controlled the opening tip, and it's good to have you with us for the home opener on Fox Sports New Orleans. Eric Gordon wanted Holiday because he wants to post up Steph Curry. He'll come off a rub instead, real short out of his hand.
You heard Alvin this morning talking about they want to make Steph Curry work on both ends of the floor, start out with an early post-up.
It'll be Ezeli, defended well, and out of bounds, belonging to the Pelicans. So Anthony Davis straight up and down, avoided the foul. And they're going to try to get the ball out of the hands of Steph Curry, trap, blitz, whatever it takes.
Yeah, worked on some traps, switches. They just don't want to give him any airspace. You give him time to shoot the basketball, he's as good as they come.
Almost given away. And a nice save. Drew Holiday looking inside. Perks there. And the first bucket of the game.
He's our go-to guy.
You got it. He was 5 of 5 at Golden State.
Exactly. He loves Golden State.
So the Pelicans put him in their seats. And I'm talking about the crowd, a great crowd, a sellout crowd tonight. So good to have everybody downtown with us as well. As Klay Thompson, foot on the line. It's a long deuce. And I worry about this guy because he's not shot well over the first two.
He hasn't, and that's miscommunication. That's too much space for guys on the perimeter for them. They're going to make those.
Eric Gordon well short, but right back to him. Nobody in the neighborhood. He'll burn him. Early lead for the Pels by 3. So Eric Gordon has been kind of a volume guy, but 11 of 30 coming into the game. Ezeli in a beautiful pass. Hard foul by Kendrick Perkins, and he may have taken the brunt of that because all of a sudden he's holding his shoulder.
Well, you reach over somebody's shoulder as they're going up. That's not very comfortable when that shoulder kind of pops to the top of the cuff right there. You see him coming in, taking a good hard foul, but it's a big man.
So one of the better stories, and a guy that's going to be leaned on a lot this year, is Festus Ezeli. He's taking the last pick of the first round. This is his 4th season, so they still have time before November 2nd to sign him to an extension. And there is consideration that he'll get an extension. Harrison Barnes, another story. Those talks have ended as Ezeli, and it turned out to be a very good foul by Perk. Misses both, but Ezeli's been a really good guy to do the dirty work for them. Finally healthy. It's going to be a hold. Or will it be a defensive three? Defensive three. Technical free throw coming up as we head over to Jen Hill once again. Jen?
Joel, when you look out on the court, you can't help but see Anthony Davis's shoes there, the bright orange, just gleaming at you. Well, turns out Nike made him a special pair of shoes just for Halloween. And when they said, hey, what would you want? AD said, well, you know what? I love candy corn. It's one of my favorite treats. So give me something that reminds me of candy corn. So there you go, Joel. Happy Halloween.
Well, it's good to know that we have something in common because I know it's not my vertical. But candy
Yes,
corn, I love it
candy
too.
corn, you can get that? Okay.
I love candy corn. And those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like those shoes.
I don't want to see you in those, though.
Oh, in the dark, that's about it. Now, Eric Gordon, shot clock down. He's on the run. Got a good little floater. So Eric Gordon with a couple of early buckets. And he's got 5 of the first 8 for the Pels. Now the assignment, and a very difficult one. Get it out of his hands, they did, but he's going to find the open man, and a good lean inside by Draymond Green. Raises the rim. Got a piece of the rim, but out of bounds. So Drew Holiday, short out of his hand both times.
Right, and it looked, yeah, like you said, it looked short as soon as he shot it, but he's trying to get his work done early.
It'll be over the back, and that's Ezeli coming over the back, loose ball foul. Inside position for Anthony Davis. It'll be Omer Asik. Good to see in the game this early for the Pelicans. 2.5 minutes gone by, and they're going to look at that right shoulder of Perks. He's in pain, you can tell. So the Pelicans get it right back. Both teams have had half their shots to start the game. Pelicans, a couple of more opportunities. And we've talked about that, getting some second chances. Drew Holiday on the switch all the way to the hole. Asik couldn't hang on. It'll be Curry on the 3-on-2. Got to stop the ball. Not a bad pass. And Harrison Barnes lost it in the air. What a pass by Steph Curry, though. Give and go. And Eric Gordon hammers it home.
Wow,
We haven't
nice
seen
pass.
that, have we?
No, we have not.
What's gotten into that guy?
Nice touch pass by Anthony Davis. Big man in the middle of the break. Get Eric Gordon a nice dunk.
Little pocket pass. Inside-out game. So the Pelicans, an early 6-point advantage. Deep 3 for Green. Boy, a guy that came out of Michigan State as their all-time leading rebounder. Has he worked on his game?
He does. And you watch him before the game as well, just out here working and working and shooting and shooting. And he's their emotional leader. Whether he's playing well or not, he's going to be talking.
25-year-old from Saginaw, Michigan. What an exceptional talent he's turned out to be. It'll be Asik. AD thinking about 3. And it's battered away by Ezeli. So about 4 minutes gone. 3-point lead early for the Pelicans. A team that has dominated them. And a good kick. It's a nice pad save. Boy, what a pass.
It's just, he loses it on the way up. They get out. Look at that good spacing right there. Good touch pass by Anthony. And a finish by Gordon.
Yeah, he's back in 10th grade. He's a guard. Thompson got the contact. He's headed to the free throw line. Talk about a value pick. You know, it's easy to, hindsight's 20/20, isn't it? But Klay Thompson taken 11th overall. And he's in his 5th year now. This is the first year of the new contract he signed before October 31st last year. As he'll get the role on the first of 2. His dad, Michael, of course, first overall pick out of Minnesota back in '78. And I bring that up because there was a moment of silence before the game tonight for a really good person. We lost last week, Flip Saunders. And I bring it up because Flip was the guard, the combo guard on that team with Kevin McHale. They were on probation, so they couldn't go to the tournament that year. But Flip led them to a 24-3 record with Michael Thompson and Kevin McHale. Not a bad lineup. It'll be Anthony Davis, and a little bit strong. So after the free throws by Thompson, opportunity for the lead. Curry's going to take it. Man, oh man. It's a shame the guy's got no game.
Look at the range.
30, easy 30 feet.
Easily.
8-0 run. Curry all over Drew Holiday. And he loses him. He had the look. It'll be Dante Cunningham now.
Tough shot.
Man, that's a deep three. We see him in the corner. Now remember, coming into the season, he only had 2 3-pointers out of 38 tries in his career. And he had 2 in the opener. Giveaway, Anthony Davis coming up with it. Anthony Davis going hard, and it's knocked away. No contact, they say, on the reach. Draymond Green waits for Harrison Barnes.
I think I'd close out slow to Harrison Barnes.
Good dive. And Thompson's going to the line on the shove from behind by Eric Gordon. It's a motion offense to begin with, and they are always, man and ball is moving.
And you know, talking to Alvin this morning, that's why they're hard to scout them. They're hard to scout because they don't run a set offense. They're just wide open, and here's the break before. I think no official on the floor saw anything,
right.
So they didn't call it.
And we had a good look at right there on that replay of Harrison Barnes with a shove in the side.
Right.
So he was totally off balance. It'll be a hold on Klay Thompson. 6:49 to play, and it's a 2-point lead for the defending champion. Our Oshner inactive list down by 2, we're happy to say. You see Tyreke Evans, he's still over there with Quincy Pondexter and Norris Cole. And Pondexter is really working hard. I mean, he's lathering about 2 hours before the game. You saw him like I did. Norris Cole's not far away as well with the high ankle sprain.
Yep.
Ish Smith into the game for the first time.
I would think Norris Cole's got to be coming up pretty soon.
Smith deep into the shot clock. Difficult shot, man. It's even at 15. What a way to come off the bench. Curry loses him and barely grazed the rim that time. Now, space. It's Drew Holiday. Nifty move, changing hands in midair. So Holiday on the board on his 4th attempt, and everybody has scored among the starting lineup now. Curry, quick catch and shoot. Not a bad setup by Draymond Green.
No, not at all.
Right in the shooting
just take his
pocket.
guy away, come back, knock down the open shot.
Anthony Davis over Green and Ezeli and keeps it alive for a second chance. Good effort. So AD has started the game 0 for 4. And a second foul on Klay Thompson. Good move by Drew Holiday to get him off the floor for the final 5:15.
Go right at him. They're going at Curry, they're going at Klay, trying to make them defend like they have to defend them on the other end.
Good start. A big difference in the start tonight as opposed to the first 2 on the road. Eric Gordon rolling in a big way. We're all even at 17. Inside at 6 left of the first 12. Perkins.com. Now we were just talking about Kendrick Perkins. Let's check in with Jen Hill. Jen?
Well, Joel, right now Kendrick Perkins is back in the Pelicans locker room. You can see right there where he got dinged. The training staff is evaluating him for a potential right pec strain. He is undergoing tests right now, and his return is questionable. So good thing Omer Asik was able to return this evening for the Pelicans.
Absolutely. He's on the floor right now, Jen. And so is Sean Livingston. I don't know if that's a good move, though. Klay Thompson out of the game. Livingston's playing at a really high level for them. He's increased his range as well. Asik with Tony Douglas out there. And that was a telegraphed one. Ezeli saw it coming. Iguodala, they wanted to walk, but he anchored the pivot foot. And a lead on points off a turnover. So the first points off a mistake for the Warriors. Douglas with the runner. And Asik, that's away, kept it alive. Anthony Davis! He's upset. He thought he was fouled a couple of times, didn't get a whistle. He took it out of the rim.
That was impressive.
19 apiece. So AD's on the board. And he already had that technical free throw. All 5 starters have scored. So Anthony Davis following up. Second chance points. We talked about it.
Yeah. Asik keeps this one alive, and he misses the first one, thinks he got fouled, and he's off to a slow start and get that one to go.
So finally, the lid's off. 106 for Anthony Davis as Curry was fouled. Guy that's only 3rd all-time in free throw percentage in league history at 90%. The two ahead of him, Steve Nash and Mark Price. Not bad.
It's decent company, huh?
He collects when he misses, and he missed one last night. When he misses a free throw, it's almost like when he misses a 25-footer. It's a story. We're used to them all going in. Is Smith. He's done a good job on the drive and kick. That time, look for his own, and it's picked up by Festus Ezeli. But Ish Smith got to get back in transition, guys, and it's going to be free throws for Draymond Green.
That was
Ish
poor
Smith
communication.
with 17 assists over the first two. The Warriors are always going to look for the easy one, early one.
Well, it was Ish's job to see Green behind him. Neither one, him or Davis, saw him behind. It was an easy pass over the top and gets Green to the free throw line.
Golden State already in the bonus, shooting the rest of the first with 4:46 to play in the opening quarter. And it's 1 of 2 for Draymond Green. Boy, talk about a guy that has turned out 35th overall. And this is 5th season out of Michigan State. So the Pels hanging with the very best in the game. And now let's see if they can get to dictate the tempo a little. On the run, Tony Douglas. Little floater. Ezeli held up. Ashik from behind, so Festus Ezeli, who's already missed a pair at the free throw line.
But that's what makes this team so tough. I mean, their bigs are out running, get behind the defense, and the guards are throwing it over the top. You got to get all the way back. You got to communicate when you get back there. But these bigs can't keep outrunning the team and getting these layups and get to the free throw line.
Yeah, they went small in the finals. Before Game 4, it paid off because not only can Draymond Green cover bigger guys, but then they bring in an Ezeli off the bench, and he's starting for Bogut tonight. But Ezeli is a very athletic big. He runs much better than Bogut. Not even a similar game to begin with.
Right.
Now, if he can make free throws, that's an air ball. That's a kangaroo court on the charter tonight.
That's got to be the worst feeling. The worst. Shooting an air ball with all these people in the arena.
So 4+ to play and a 1-point lead for the Warriors. Pace of play. We talk about pace and space. Get ready for it. Pelicans are going to go early when possible. Anthony Davis.
Like
that looks good. Just rise.
Can't go under.
And they got
Can't
burned.
go under. That's the
Got it.
communication part. They have to get up into Steph Curry when he's coming down. It's a hard assignment, but if you give him that much space, he's going to burn you.
Double figures for Curry. Is Smith over the big. And nice timing, Tony Douglas. The little guy got in there. He's got Dante Cunningham. Fresh shot clock as well. So Curry's already got 10 on 3 of 4 shooting. Anthony Davis, he was off balance a lot in the first game against the Warriors. Smaller man, just rise. That's short, and Ezeli goes after it.
Green does a good job of keeping Anthony out of sync, making him put the ball on the floor, making him hesitate on his jumper. And he's been struggling in the first 2 games against the Warriors.
That's a beautiful no-look pass by Steph Curry, and it surprised John Livingston. Serious talent. What an amazing gift. He's the whole skill set. You know, we talk about a great handle, he and Kyrie Irving, but now his court vision's pretty amazing too.
It is. He throws the skip pass. He does it all, but this is the guy we need to get more of that action going. Pelicans down 2 in the first quarter.
You know, David, the chemistry is there. Now, it's got to happen on the floor. It means nothing, but this is a really good locker room.
It's a very good locker room, and that's why these guys enjoy playing with each other. And this is going to turn around. They're going to get the system and get better as the year goes on.
Let's head over to Jen Hale. Jen, what's the latest?
Well, Joel, unfortunately for the Pelicans, they have ruled Tony Kendricks out for the rest of this game with a strained right pectoral muscle. Kendrick Perkins out with a right pec strain. He will not return. So the workload for the big men will obviously fall now to Omer Ashik and Alexei Ajinça, Joel.
It's taken away. Thank you, Jen. Anthony Davis is going to tie it up with Iguodala, but he had Green in front of him, and that's why Iguodala has been one of the best defensive players in the NBA for a number of years now. This is the Finals MVP, so he does it at both ends of the floor, but he really came through offensively even more than any of us ever thought.
Yeah, certainly. His game is just keep elevating and elevating. And like I said, even if he's not playing well, he's so emotional. He plays so hard that he makes things happen for this Golden State team.
1.4 on the shot clock. Got to go. Douglas knows. And the loose stuff is picked up by who else? He's a magnet, isn't he? Steph Curry. So Curry leading the way with 10. They get 7 out of Thompson before he goes to the bench. And they also have one of the best benches in the NBA. Their bench had 47 last night. Got a lot of minutes because of the blowout. Iguodala. It seems like he's better from beyond the arc than he is inside the arc.
Delay of game.
Every time he makes one, it's surprising.
Second delay of game on Golden State, so a technical free throw. But Iguodala, it's funny how guys later in their career, whether it's Vince Carter, whether it's Jason Kidd, now Iguodala, they get that three ball going.
Jason Kidd turned into like all-time second, third, all-time three-point makes. Like he couldn't buy a basket from the three-point line early in his career, and all of a sudden he steady as you go.
Who would have believed Vince Carter, if you saw him as a Raptor early in his career, that he'd ever be a top 10 three-point? Well, he 7th all time on three-point makes.
High jumpers usually aren't good shooters, especially from range, and all of a sudden he lowers the jumping a little bit, becomes a great three-point shooter.
It's the Warriors now with their biggest lead of the game. Pelicans led early by 6, 10-4. Asik sits down. They go smaller now. Anderson comes in, and so does, for the first time this new season, and it's good to see Luke Babbitt because he seems like a very good fit as a spacer in this offense.
He certainly is, and had a good preseason, and it was a shame that he had to go out with the hamstring because he definitely makes a difference.
A hold on Draymond Green.
Well, Draymond Green, his first.
So they're out of fouls the rest of the way. Pelicans have been out of fouls for a while. 11 free throw attempts for the Warriors. Pels picked up fouls early. 1 of 2 for the Pelicans at the stripe. Is Smith caught in the air. Good job by Spades and out of bounds off Douglas. So a 5-point deficit, but don't forget this team, highest scoring team in the league last year. They were first in offensive efficiency, or second in offensive efficiency. Curry, hard to believe. Take him out. 2 minutes to play in the opening 12. He finally missed.
That time Ish didn't give him any space. Right there with him, contest a shot, and then whatever happens, happens.
Inside of 10 of the shot clock. He's got Babbitt. Catch and shoot time. And a little bit strong, but a second chance opportunity once again. Waiting for the dive man, it's Douglas. And Tony Douglas showed some patience on that play.
Nice play. Again, offensive rebound turns into baskets. They're doing a much better job tonight of getting in there, rebounding the ball.
Anthony Davis, and it's off Davis out of bounds. Smart play by Maurice Spades, and Davis is lucky he didn't pick up a foul.
Yes, he should have got
Bottom line.
Ran him out of bounds, but good no call.
Minute 24 left in the first quarter, and a very entertaining start. 64% shooting, though, for the Warriors. Got to get some stops. Step through, and a pretty one at that. Draymond Green. Nobody protecting the rim. Good up fake. And Ryan Anderson all the way to the hole. Won't get the roll. Speights will take it away. Speights in double figures last night. Movement off the ball. It's Curry. Smart play using the glass from a difficult angle. Almost got it. We had a good look at that. And not just his skill, David, that we've talked about, but how alert he is. His basketball IQ. Deep three, Ryan Anderson. Got it! 2-point game.
Need that. Need Rhino to get hot. The flamethrower needs to light the torch.
He had 21, and it seemed like he ran out a little bit. 38 minutes of play on the floor in Portland.
Yes.
And then finished 9 of 20 after he scored most of it in the first 3.5 quarters. Kept alive and a hold. Free throws coming up for Iguodala. So the Pelicans trying to beat a team that they've dropped 15 of the last 16 to. Now they did win their last game at home during the regular season. That was in April when they had to have it. And won that game by 3 over the Warriors, 103-100.
Well, this game right now is going the way it should. The Pelicans are doing a much better job of points in the paint. They're winning it tonight. In Golden State, they lost 52-34. Seemed like every time you looked up, somebody was getting to the basket. So doing a better job of keeping them out of the paint, making them take contested shots.
And our best is Steve Kerr, watching back in the Bay Area. Now watching probably Bob Fitzgerald right now and Jim Barnett, but our best is Steve Kerr, a good man.
I was going to say,
see
he's
him back on the
definitely
bench.
He's not watching us.
So, tenths of seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. As the Pelicans are down by 3 and in good shape when you consider they're at 43%. AD wanted it on the pick and the roll. Instead, a challenge long 2, and that'll do it. So a very entertaining start, a 3-point ball game. Pelicans hanging tough.
That's certainly a positive. When you look at the score right now, they're doing a much better job on both ends of the floor, a little better energy. I still think they got more in the tank. But Anthony Davis has got to get it going. He needs to play like a superstar every single night, every single minute. Golden State by 3.
Welcome back to the start of the second quarter at the Smoothie King Center in New Orleans. Joel Myers, David Wesley, and Jen Hale. As the Pelicans try to beat a team that has dominated them in recent years. And don't forget the 6-packs we've been talking about, 6 games. They're available, and it's all yours. I mean, your schedule is the story. You pick the 6 you want, and it can be the Cavaliers, LeBron, Miami, and their big group now. Anything you want, whatever the date works for you. Sean Livingston didn't work for him that time. And a free pizza, of course, and you got to share it with us, all courtesy of Domino's. So 504-525-HOOP. You pick out the 6 games. 504-525-HOOP, or go to Pelicans.com. Luke Babbitt looking good. He got clipped, and he did right in front of us. And Alvin Gentry wants to call, but he's not going to get it. So 1-point game.
Now I got Domino's on my mind. I think Domino's in the Saints game tomorrow.
Order now. We'll have it at halftime.
Yes. Oh, good
Why
idea.
not? Get it delivered. You got juice. Barbosa, backdoor, and that's where they really killed the Pelicans in the game Tuesday night in Oakland.
Yes, and if you looked how they worked on contact deny, keeping them in front of you where there was no backdoor, and there it is, they give up another layup.
Lexi Agents on the pocket pass. Inside out game. He handles it. He's got a dunk. Instead on the run, Douglas. I like the motion off the ball. Douglas got to go. Shot clock down. And Agensa. Why not, big guy? And he didn't have to rush it even. Nobody guarding him at that point. And Agensa was on the floor for the first 2 games, but not much of a factor. And it's going to be a foul on Babbitt. Free throws coming up for a guy that could make them, Maurice Spates.
It looked like maybe a little bit of a swim move there.
Luke Babbitt hits
They gave him the 2 shots, though.
And let's head over to Jen Hale. Jen.
Well, Joe, Luke Babbitt fought hard to be able to make his season debut tonight. That hamstring still not 100%, still not perfect. He told me he has to go through a really detailed pregame routine to stretch it out, including adding heat to that hammy to make sure that it stays loose and he doesn't re-injure it. This is kind of a test run for him tonight to find out exactly where it's at. At halftime, he'll probably apply some more heat. You may even see that on the bench when he comes out. The important thing is to not let it stiffen up and get cold, Joel.
All right, Jen, thank you. You're hungry and she's talking about ham.
Yeah, ham and pizza.
I'll take bacon on mine.
Oh, good.
Ryan Anderson loses it. So sloppy start to the second quarter. Look out below. Andre Iguodala on the finish. Points off another turnover. And the Pelicans are lucky right now that Golden State is just 8 for 15 at the free throw line. They came into the game over the first 2, almost 80% of the strike. Good setup. And a foul at that. Douglas giving credit. Easy one. And Agensa going to the line.
That's how you finish, big fella. Go to attack the rim. You don't need no layup from a 7-footer.
Cody Douglas was here for 12. He was here for more, but he played in 12
right
for the Pels. So he has an idea of what they want to do. Been around the block a few times, and a good acquisition because of the injury situation. And Alexi Agensa converts on the 3-point play. So the Pels 2 of 3 at the stripe. It is 8 of 15 now for the Warriors as the Pels put him in the bonus very early in the first quarter. Harrison Barnes.
Yeah, make him shoot that.
That was a line drive that fell.
Yeah, but you got to pick your poison. I certainly would rather him out there shooting jump shots. He does shoot off the dribble probably better than catch and shoot.
Got the switch they wanted. Anderson, and it'll be a foul. on Barbosa.
It's just Livingston in transition. If you're going to turn the ball over.
Out front.
Yeah, those are easy plays right there.
Off the moving pick by Agenza. It's blocked right to Agenza, who blows another one. Boy, is he rushing things or is it just me?
Yeah, no, I don't understand why he's rushing. Go up and attack. Forceful at the rim.
It'll be Harrison Barnes, caught in the air, dropping down to the level. It was perfect. And that was Tony Douglas.
Ooh.
He had Babbitt
In the corner.
And how about the pocket pass? Ryan Anderson blows the dunk, though.
I like the attack, though.
Yes, he thought he was hit below and off balance. Barbosa, that's his game, and he's got the triple. So you got to get back. It's an 8-point lead, biggest of the game now for the Warriors. And boy, they have depth. Barbosa with 5 off the bench, 8 from Iguodala, and a timeout now for Alvin Gentry.
Well, you get 2 missed layups that turn into points on the other end, one of them being a 3. That's how you fall behind, but it's nice to see Babbitt getting into his rhythm. Got to get him some shots, find him open.
Golden State Warriors are tough enough to beat when you're making tough shots, but you can't miss layups and dunks, and we've seen that. Agenza's missed 2 right next to the rim. Ryan Anderson, now it did look like he got a forearm underneath, but he had a dunk go off the back of the rim. So if you're going to get easy ones, you better capitalize, because Golden State is going to take advantage of everything.
Well, if you're not making your easy ones and that's turning into easy ones for them, they don't need any help. You can't give them layups and dunks at the rim all night. That's the struggle they had in game 1.
So the Warriors 4 have hit their last 4, while the Pelicans are 1 for their last 6. And let's see what they do out of the timeout. Inside of 10. Eric Gordon got the contact, and Agenza cleans it up. So they say Speights, and a good job by Maurice Speights to go straight up and down there. Barbosa coming off a late pick. That's his area. Doesn't get it that time, though. Well, a clean look for Leandro Barbosa. 6-point game. Eric Gordon back on the floor. He's got 7. And it's Agenza again. Don't set him up anymore.
Right.
Bottom line, just let him get the putbacks.
Making up for lost time.
So 4-point game. That's 4 out of the timeout for Agenza. They don't have the length to match up with him. Maybe Ezeli. And there's the length I was talking about. Just pokes it away. Ryan Anderson looking for a guard.
That was almost 2 travels.
Yeah, fish out of water. He's got the mismatch with Barbosa. He can do that step back he's been working on, too.
It's coming. Bang.
Looks good. 2-point game, 41-39. Ryan Anderson, he wants to be Dirk. A lot of guys want to be Mike. He wants to be Dirk. Timeout.
That was like an impersonation of Dirk there. Nice move. Couple of checks to the body. Step back, soft shot.
So a 6-0 run. And forcing a timeout, that's rare. But Ryan Anderson looking good off the bench early. Had the deep free ball go down. Now the step back that he's really worked hard in the offseason with. And Pelicans right there with the defending champion. It's been a long break for AD over on the bench, which is a good sign for the Pels because they're only down by 2. Our power play early tonight brought to you by Energy.
And this is a nice one. This is the one that gets him going. This maybe a foul there, but the quick jam. You see the frustration and the determination, but need some more of this.
So let's see what Luke Walton and the Warriors have out of the timeout. They've got Klay Thompson and Curry back into the game. Thompson working with 2 fouls, so he had to sit early. Harrison Barnes coming up short, and on the deflection, Ryan Anderson. Chance to tie or take the lead. Right now the Pelicans on a 6-0 run. So Douglas and Gordon in the backcourt. And this is a tight one. So Mark, what we heard earlier, it's Gordon, and the flip is a foul by Ezeli. And I'm talking about the minutes for Drew Holiday. and the way Alvin Gentry, and if it's that tight, and it could be every step of the way tonight as opposed to what we saw on Tuesday, Alvin wants Drew Holiday on the floor the last 5-6 minutes of the game.
Well, certainly if they keep it close and they keep getting good guard play, then he can afford to not play him now, save his minutes for that fourth quarter, and hopefully they can get out of here with a win.
There's Drew, looking better by the game, by the practice, and hopefully away from a minutes restriction by the first of the year.
Well, we talk about minutes restriction, and you look at that Oklahoma City game.
I brought up to
54 minutes
for Kevin Durant. Yep.
Wow.
Mid-season form, and he only had 40 plus.
Yes.
What a talent. Is he fun to watch? Curry, the floater will go. Left his hand, it was like no doubt about it. 43-41, Steph Curry in double figures with a dozen. He's only averaging 32 over the first 2 games of the season. And that was some kind of performance last night again. Deep three, Douglas. The rope lands.
It was a frozen rope.
1 point lead for the Pels. So they picked up a little bit. There you go. Take it out of Curry's hands. You'll take your chances with Ezeli.
Yeah, and that's why they're trying to double him, crowd him, make him make those passes. Then they got to have good help defense on the weak side.
Quick move. Man, Eric Gordon. They said no contact. You can play to Monty McCutcheon. Now, Klay Thompson all the way to the hole. Good hesitation move on the big man. Ryan Anderson kind of froze. And Klay Thompson, you think he's settling for an outside shot? Not that time. He has 9. Got the switch again. Small man. Anderson. Baseline's available. And he's going to the line looking for the three-point play.
Great patience. Sometimes it's hard to go against those smaller guards because they're looking to take a charge. Gave up the baseline. Challenges 2 bigs. That's a nice play.
And David, too often we'd see the ball swing to the other side last season when they had a switch and a mismatch. They went to it.
They got to find it. Got to find those mismatches. Got to get the easy baskets where they are. So, good job of recognition by Douglas.
Sacramento native Ryan Anderson, and I know it was nice for him to open the season with a lot of family and friends. Didn't like the result,
I was gonna say,
but pregame he had a great time. We had a couple of days in San Francisco as well. Good setup. Ezeli's going to the line where he has not been that productive, but I'm talking about Draymond Green. It's like an extra guard out there. Man, does he see the floor. Wacky Wednesdays?
There he is.
Wednesdays. David Wesley on the Black and Blue Report. It's available on iTunes. So, and you cover everything. I know you were all over the Breeders' Cup these last 2 days as well.
Yeah, there was a dog race too I was talking about.
So, join David. Black and Blue Report. Cover everything. For the Pels, the Saints, and by the way, go Saints. Big game with the Giants. And how tough is that tomorrow? As Ezeli makes it a 1-point game, hitting the second. Eli Manning, Odell Beckham, a couple of Newman guys coming home to play in New Orleans. And Drew Holiday going to the line. He got him on his back. So while I'm thinking about the Dome and wishing and praying for a win for the Saints tomorrow, Drew Holiday getting into the teeth of the defense.
That's nice, and that's a little crab dribble they work on out here with Robert Pack. He actually puts his hands around him, nice screen, and then they get low with the ball, crossover dribble, keep him on his back, and a nice finish.
It looked like a defensive back hooking the wide receiver, didn't it?
Oh, yeah. You were talking about the Giants. Odell Beckham Sr. comes into Starbucks and absolutely was wearing Odell Beckham's LSU jersey and Giant jersey.
That's great.
Pretty creative.
That's great. Proud father. Clock is down and a reach by Gordon. Good call. He was all over it.
Great position, everything but the slap down.
His third, team third.
He defends it well, moves his feet, gets over. Don't do that.
Takes him out of the equation for the final 5-14. So Tony Douglas has done a good job. He's back into the game in just a moment. But you lose a real spacer. That's the problem. Eric Gordon going over to the bench with 9. He's already got a 3-pointer. He's hit a couple of free throws, and that's a blow. He's done.
Yes.
Done for the half. So Klay Thompson, is this the best backcourt? And we're going to, it'll be 10 years from now before we can talk about it. But as far as I'm concerned, it's Jerry West and Gil Goodrich. A lot of people think it's eventually going to be in the conversation Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. James Michael McAdoo on the floor. Ryan Anderson, that was tough. And Anthony Davis after it. He's out of the play, so they've got a 5-on-4. Look out, Klay Thompson. The man can be a machine, believe me. He is that consistent. Holiday, he wanted Anthony Davis and off McAdoo. No, they say off Anthony Davis, and he did not argue. So good call by the official because AD would let you know. 1-point game. Curry with Draymond Green. Just, they don't wait.
Yeah, back-to-back
If they got a good
threes.
look, they'll take it. So Draymond Green now with 11. Boy, what balance. Thompson 14, Curry, he's got 12. Beautiful setup and hammer time for Anthony Davis. Drew Holiday with the perfect one. Back to a 2-point game. You saw that coming.
That's a heck of a play right there by Steph Curry.
Smart, leaped right into him.
Yes.
Had him out of position.
Well, he's being defended really well the whole way down the court, but here's a nice drive by Drew. Drop off to AD and the flush. Another easy basket for him. Hopefully that gets him going.
And these two teams offensively are kind of mirror images. Now, not the components. I'm talking about just the idea and the principles because looking at the numbers, as Curry gets the first of two, he could put the Set Sabalas blindfold on it and make it. Curry and the Warriors have 13 assists on 18 makes. Pelicans 13 assists on 21 makes. So it's pacing, the space we talked about, and ball and man movement is constant. As Brandon Rush, and this is a nice story to see him back on the floor, healthy again. Because the last 3 years he has not been after the MCL and ACL, and it's like they exploded on him just about 3 years ago. So a 4-point making a 5-point game, and almost a giveaway. McAdoo with token pressure, but it almost paid off. We approach the 4-minute mark remaining in the opening 24. Anthony Davis, nobody came to get him. And that's tough break. That was down and back out, and it's a struggle for AD once again. He's 3 of 10. Curry, get it out of his hands. Now on the run out, Green with Curry. Little 2-man action. And because of the top of the glass, it almost paid off for Draymond Green. This time jumps underneath. Pelicans at 43%, 60% shooting, and it's going to be a defensive 3.
Defensive 3-second violation.
Another free throw coming up for the Pels.
Technical foul.
They're down by 5, 3:35 to play. Pelicans are in really good shape. They haven't been to the free throw line much. They've been outscored there 14-6. And they're being outshot right now 60 to 43%. So down by 5 and make it 4 on that rope. Hard off the heel that stayed home.
It's good now.
The NAD looked good last game. He was. You and I talked about it. He seemed out of sorts, off balance a little bit in the opener. He was 10 of 17 at Portland. So he finished with 25, 10, and 2 blocks. Shot clock all the way down on Tony Douglas. And he's going to shoot 3. Do you believe that? I talked about his basketball IQ. Maybe I ought to bring it up more often.
Right, yeah. That's a silly foul by
You
Curry.
said it. You don't see it.
I mean, you foul a guy 30 feet from the basket who's not really a known three-point shooter. He wants that one back.
So Tony Douglas, good to see him back, and it's paid dividends already as we head over to Jen Hill.
Joel, I got a chance to visit with Tony before today's game, and he said, he's feeling confident and good. A, he said he's kept himself in great shape, knowing another opportunity was going to come along. B, he knows where these shooters want the ball. He feels very comfortable in this personnel, even though it's a new coaching system. And then he said, that Gentry's up-tempo offense reminds him a lot of Mike D'Antoni's system that he worked out in when he was with the Knicks in New York. So he says he doesn't think the learning curve, the adjustment is going to be too hard for him. And so far tonight, certainly he is proving to be a valuable asset for New Orleans.
Without a doubt, and they need him desperately.
Good reference to D'Antoni.
Yes, he did work in New York.
Well, he did, but he also was at camp with the Pelicans.
Heard him yesterday on Sirius XM NBA radio, and I bring that up because last night they put Steve Nash with a foul. It's Tony's second. Steve Nash went into the Ring of Honor in Phoenix, and they had a long halftime ceremony. And our buddy Al McCoy was the MC. It was really good. I mean, you should have seen the old Suns that were there. It was just great, and handled so well by Al. And Steve Nash spoke for a while. Now, if I'm the visitor, it seemed like it went an hour at halftime. Okay,
You're upset.
I'm like,
come on.
Can I go to the practice court for a while in this building? Draymond Green puts the Warriors back up by 3. At 58-55, Green now with a dozen. They've got balance. Dozen for Green, Thompson with 14, Steph Curry with 15. And Anthony Davis trying to get Ryan Anderson the basketball. It was tough and not denied. 1 point deficit. So Ryan Anderson, he's off the bench into double figures with 10. And the first Pell to be in 10. Nobody else. It's 9 for Gordon, 8 for Davis. And Klay Thompson got away, and what a move with the left hand.
It's pretty.
On his way down on the reverse. Thompson up to 16 to lead the Warriors. It'll be a foul and an opportunity for another three-point play for Drew Holiday.
Big boyed him. That's right at his chest, right to the basket.
Physical play by the guard.
Yes. They want to make him work on both ends, and that's just taking it right at him.
So Drew Holiday played the first 6, been on the floor for the last 3 or 4, and the Pelicans battling and try to tie it up on the three-point attempt for Drew Holiday when we come back. So as the minutes increase and the reps, so does the game of one of the best defensive guards, two-way guards in the league. To the free throw line, trying to tie things up with the Warriors. And welcome back once again to New Orleans. Halloween night, the only place to be in the Crescent City. Pierre and his party pack. It's affordable. It's really good for the families. In fact, it includes 3 or more tickets, meals, on-court free throw experience with Pierre after the game. You don't want to follow his form, though, at the stripe, though. Don't let your kids look at Pierre shoot free throws. 3 ticket packages or more. So capitalize. And we'll see you down here with the family. Next one, Friday night. In fact, starting the weekend, the Atlanta Hawks. So go to Pelicans.com. We've talked about it before. All the info, the details are right there at Pelicans.com. A little more than 2 to play. Curry, with 3 fouls, takes a seat on the bench. Thompson denied as Douglas got over there. Deep 3. And right back out. So the Pelicans now all even with a chance to break the deadlock. Holiday stays on the floor. One at AD. Good idea. And he couldn't get 2 hands on it. Is it away? No. Thompson will collect it, and he's free. Draymond Green lost the handle. He was all tangled up with Drew Holiday. Luke Babbitt spacing on the run. And the weak side is Ryan Anderson. So fresh shot clock. Does he need it? He's trying to get it. And out of bounds. They say it was last touch by Anderson. How about
This
this
is
flip?
real close. Real close to a nice alley-oop dunk.
Watch Klay. Smart. Little hand in the back.
Oh, yeah.
He got away with it. Smart play by Klay Thompson. Final 90 seconds, and this is entertainment. This is a lot of fun to watch this. Livingston used the off arm. It's going the other way on the turnover. It's only the 5th. The offensive foul on Livingston is his 2nd.
He moves his feet so well, gets there, cuts him off.
We saw Drew Holiday in the preseason against Jimmy Butler, and that's all I needed to see.
Yes.
He was back at the defensive end of the floor. And now beats Livingston to the cup. Used the left hand, but a little bit too strong. So he protected it perfectly. It'll be Green. Short out of his hand. And going to call a foul.
Must have kicked him.
Yep. Put the leg out, trying to create contact. Hopefully, and it is. Drew Holiday's okay. He's back up real quickly.
He's got to go straight up. You got to allow him to come down, but we can't see the foot come out.
But Drew's going across.
Right.
So for Drew to hit the deck like that, he wasn't even close to the body of Draymond Green. Gets by Rush. That time it worked. On the reverse, Drew likes the left hand, and he dunks more often with the left than the right.
He stands out here shooting left-handed threes, so he loves his left hand.
I saw his wife Lauren
he's
before
pretty
the
good.
game. She's retired, so she's going to be at every game now.
Okay.
Good news for Drew. Talking about his wife, the exceptional soccer player. They'll call a reach from behind on Tony Douglas. 50.3 to play. You know what I like about Alvin? He's old school. In front of us, it's like he's playing Alvin Gentry.
Certainly.
So it's going to be Livingston taking free throws, number 25 and 26 in the first half. Pelicans have been efficient there, 10 of 12, and we couldn't say that in the first two games because they were brutal at times at the free throw line.
Yes.
Barbosa. You know, I was surprised. You know, Barbosa's not as old as you think. He seems like he should be north of 35. He's 33, just turned 33.
He's been around a while. And he always seems to be on a good team. So maybe that's why we've seen him so much.
Right.
Because he's always on TV.
National appearances.
Yes.
Drew Holiday that walked away from him. Holiday's got the triple. He's into, not quite, yes, now double figures. He's up to 13, and he's got the last 8 for the Pels. Green on a run. And he wanted the contact from Davis. Saved it. Livingston's left hand doesn't work. Now, Anthony Davis got to worry about Green from behind. Good ball movement, but it's deflected by Livingston. Good idea. Barbosa, he'll get the layup.
Still got some pretty good speed, end to end.
He's Greyhound.
Yes.
It's like, here comes Lucky. We're going to the Greyhound races when I see Barbosa. So that's only the 4th turnover for the Pelicans. And with a 1-point lead playing for the final shot. Boy, the pace of the race. Gotta love it. Set it up. Babbitt at the buzzer. Yes! Now, was it out? They're going to say no, but they'll review it. They say no.
I didn't think it counted.
But it looked like it took too long. Now, watch the ribbon on the glass. It may still be there. May still be on his fingertips. Maybe a better look. Yeah, in his hand still.
Yeah.
Close.
That's red, yes.
Yeah, still in the hand. But a good finish just the same after trailing by as many as 8. The Pelicans pick up a third following Curry. About 3 minutes left in the half. That didn't hurt either. Stay with us. Aaron Hardigan, Stephen Howard joining us with the halftime report. Welcome back once again to New Orleans. Time for our Smoothie King conversation with assistant coach Darren Erman. Let's check in with Jen Hale. Jen.
Joel, thanks so much. Here with assistant coach Darren Erman. Coach, so far just 8 points for Anthony Davis, another slower start than we're used to seeing from him. Can you do something differently to get him going this half?
Yeah, we're just trying to get him to be a little more aggressive. But we want the game to come to him. We don't want him to force things because we have 65 points, so we're doing a pretty good job scoring. So long as that's happening and Anthony's facilitating and he'll get his opportunities. We just don't want him to force things.
Be patient.
Yeah.
Now, of course, not uncharacteristically, the major damage from the Golden State Warriors is coming courtesy of the Splash Brothers. Can you do something differently defensively against them this half? Or are you happy with the strategy you've used against them so far?
Well, the half-court strategy has been pretty good. It's the transition. We just got to get back on the raise of the shot with a little more urgency. A little bit too casual right now, but we'll make that adjustment hopefully, and hopefully we'll have a good second half.
We hope so. Thanks, Coach. Best of luck.
Yeah, thank you.
Joel, we'll send it back to you.
All right, Jen. So Steph Curry, can you deny him? He's 4 of 8 in the field. He's got 15 points on 8 shots, 5 of 5 at the free throw line, and we are ready to go. Steph Curry in his 7th year. Who would have ever believed Donovan Davidson it would turn out this good? It's kept alive by Azili, and it belongs to the Pels to start the second half after the miss by Thompson.
Well, right now, what's been big for the Warriors is transition. 18-4 Warriors transition baskets. The Pelicans have to do a much better job of getting back because they haven't really turned the ball over that much.
On the dive, Anthony Davis doubled. Good move by the Warriors defensively. Drew Holiday on his way down. He is going to be a factor, folks. Just got to get him healthy.
Yeah, he's smooth.
Holiday up to 13. He's at half his 10 attempts to go along with 3 assists. Almost went off the pass on the deflection off of Sealy. Now Anthony Davis has Gordon on the trail. Can't fill it up though. And a pretty good look at 3 on the angle he likes. So Eric Gordon now 3 of 8. Just 2 of those 8. And it's a hold, and Gordon's got his 4th. That takes him out.
just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Bad body position. Easy switch, but
Alonzo G. So as Eric Gordon sits down, they're going to put a big, and I'm talking about more of a swing than a prototypical 2 to guard Klay Thompson, who's a legit 6'6", 6'7". Curry. What a handle. And a no look for Harrison Barnes, who's going to the line. Exceptional pass by Steph Curry.
Wow. He had him all the way. As he's gathering the ball, he loses it there. He sees it now. Good pass, good finish by Barnes.
But as you said, David, he knew where he was.
Yeah.
Even though he lost the handle momentarily.
He's seeing it.
It was going to get there. And the three-point play for Harrison Barnes. So we're all even at 67. An assist almost identical. This is the 8th tie of the game. Holiday gets inside again. Can't get it home, though, with the left hand, and now behind the play. Klay Thompson trying to get Anthony Davis out of position. Harrison Barnes looked like it slipped out of his hand. I mean, that was rock off the window. Anthony Davis on the double again. G. Not his game, and a hold on Harrison Barnes. So Alonzo G is there for defensive purposes. They're going to let him take his shots.
Yeah, there's a reason why he's found open in the other corner. He can knock that down, but they'll take their chances.
It'll come in on the side. And let's see if things slow down from an offensive standpoint. Not a bad handle for Drew Holiday. Shortens the dribble, a tough shot over Draymond Green. And they're putting away the whistle, which is okay. We saw a lot of free throws in the first half. Curry off the dribble. And Anthony Davis goes after it. No hesitation, and that's what you appreciate. Davis, nobody came to get him. Gets the best of him with a triple.
Funny, the 3 ball seemed to get him going the other night in Portland in that second half, so maybe that'll be the one.
It was 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, as you mentioned in Portland. 10 on the shot clock. Ezeli, fish out of water at the line with the ball, and I'm talking to the three-point line. A hold on Drew Holiday. So Anthony Davis, nobody came to get him, David.
Yeah, he just dribbled down, not even that fast. Kind of a secondary situation where you just, well, if you're not going to guard me, I can shoot this now.
Well, the one thing we shouldn't have to worry about this year is getting the ball over the timeline in 8.
No.
Frequently, last year, they barely beat the 8 count. Now, Anthony Davis, and he walked away from him. You can't give him any space. Don't relax. It's even at 70. Steph Curry, 18 points on 10 attempts. Too far away from the basket. And you see what Barnes is doing. It's like a zone. Nice move. Dante Cunningham.
All the way in.
Yep, and out. But Anthony Davis found it. Steph Curry got the contact and goes to the line. Couple of free throws coming up. He was clipped on the hip from behind. So Steph Curry, 5 of 5 at the line. Warriors are 18 of 27 at the free throw line. 67 wins for this squad last year. And maybe the most impressive part of it, as they won last night on the road at Houston. They are now 36 and 16 over their last 52 on the road. That's a champion.
Yeah, you know, and people talk about they got lucky, they didn't have to face this person. Hey, it wasn't like they were losing games in the regular season, came in as the 8th spot and fumbled their way to a championship.
Pelicans out of fouls, by the way. So a lot of attempts coming up for the Warriors here. Already up. Now 72-70 is Steph Curry. Is 7 of 7 at the stripe. He's got 20, 16 for Thompson. And the only other one in double figures, Draymond Green. So an interesting configuration on the floor. Anthony Davis has Thompson, and he throws it just past Alonzo G. I thought he'd rise once he gathered over Klay Thompson.
Again, off balance, not really able to raise with. He's just not finding that that comfortable offensive move.
13 and 8 for AD, but he's needed 13 shots for the 13 points. Step back, and that's when you know you got a soft touch. And that's not only a shooter's stroke, but the lip of the rim. That's, come on, it's not his gym. Anthony Davis on the run out by Green. Going hard! AD, you saw that coming. That was with malicious intent. Inside of 8 to play. It'll be Curry again. Space. I think I've seen that before. Alvin Gentry is going to call a timeout. Curry's got the last 11. So he's gone off early here in the second half, making a statement for the Warriors.
And you can see Alvin's not happy. You got to get in his airspace, but nobody's getting in Anthony Davis's airspace. This is as pretty as it gets. Poetry in motion. And the Pelicans down 6.
6-point game, and Steph Curry has picked it up just a little bit. Anthony Davis trying to energize his group. So AD up to 13.
How do you lose him? How do you not know where he is at all times and get in front of him? As well as Steph Curry.
Right. Yeah, and they've actually walked away a little bit from Steph, and he only needs a foot.
You don't need that much.
Luke Babbitt got Iguodala out of position and gets the best of him. So Luke Babbitt with the long deuce. He's off the bench, 2 of 3. He's got 4 points and 3 boards in 16 minutes. We talked about the configuration as G pops it away on the overplay of Klay Thompson. And that's going to be the key. Get the ball out of Curry's hands, make somebody else beat you. Alvin Gentry just a little upset going into that timeout.
Yeah, he was fired up.
Man.
Steph
And I don't
Curry
blame
with
him.
another shot wide open.
Right.
And he's on the loose again.
Coming off a rub from Draymond Green, trying to get in. And you can't walk away from him. I mean, you can't collapse to the paint and leave Thompson on the arc.
Well, that's where this team gets really difficult. You get Steph Curry that gets hot. Now everything he does, you react to it. Sometimes overreact to it. He collapsed the whole defense. Wide open shot for Klay Thompson.
Holiday gets away momentarily. Now it's deep into the shot clock. Anthony Davis on the reach. Now will it be a swing through or will it be free throws? And is it a swing through? They're going to talk to the new official on the floor. And it looks like it's going to come in on the side. It will. Steph Curry hobbling a little bit.
Yeah, it looked like he bumped knees on that last drive. He gets an assist and a bum knee.
It was his 5th assist on that kick to Klay Thompson. They've combined now for 45 points. 26 belonging to Curry. And that's 26 on 12 shots. He's 5 of 9 on his 3-point attempts. It'll be a 5 count. No space to bring the ball in.
5-second violation.
The Warriors get it back. Turnover is number 6 for the Pels. Both teams real clean there. Just 7 for Golden State. And Curry, the pull-up game. Try to track him. So Curry up to 28. And now the largest lead of the game. It's at 9 as Harrison Barnes comes up with a miss. Putting on a show. Didn't call glass, though.
He's laughing about it.
Drew Holiday, he wanted Anthony Davis. Alonzo G, that's a nice floater. He had Harrison Barnes running out at him. Back to 7 as Alonzo G is on the board for the first time. It's Draymond Green. They have so many options. They are the deepest team in the NBA. Chicago, deepest team in the East, nobody close in the West. Holiday all the way to the cup. So back to 8. But right away, Klay Thompson. Somebody's going to help at the rim. Good job by Babbitt to deny the baseline. And a quick release by Thompson, too quick for his own good. So Anthony Davis, the guard in him. He thought about it. Now Holiday deep into the clock and really
Starting
turned
to be a lot of dribbling right now.
Right,
No ball
and,
movement.
and he palmed it and carried it, and they're going to give a layup to Steph Curry after all is said and done. And Alvin needs another timeout. The ball is not moving. Actually, it's stopping.
Yeah, it's a lot of dribbling, a lot of I can stop this run, but that's not how you beat this team. You got to move the basketball, and everybody's got to get involved, body movement, and right now they're not getting it.
MVP is the story. Steph Curry with 15 of his 30 in the first 7 minutes of the third as the Warriors lead by 10.
Smoothie King Center, where the Pelicans are taking on the reigning champs, the Golden State Warriors. 88-78 is your score right now. Anthony Davis is starting to catch fire in this second half. With that last rebound, he recorded the 100th double-double of his career. So, Joel, certainly another milestone in his already storied record book, and certainly I'm sure not the last we'll see this season.
No, he's frustrated. And David, you can see that in his face.
Yeah.
He wants W's. He's got a double-double, but he's 5 of 13. Tony Douglas out on the floor. Alonzo G getting in. Can't get the roll. Strong move against Klay Thompson. Guys that match up size-wise. Steph Curry staying out there. Green off balance. And a good job without fouling by Tony Douglas to stay in front of the bigger guy. He's got Babbitt. Instead, the floater. And a pretty teardrop. 8-point game. Now the Pels have to get stops is the key. They've already given up 24 points here early in the third. Iguodala challenged that time by Anthony Davis. Dante Cunningham, quick catch and shoot. 5 straight out of the timeout to make it a 5-point game. That was the first double-digit lead for either side as Ryan Anderson is going to be checked in. On the trail. Tough cover. Really tough cover. I mean, what is Tony Douglas going to do? And he looked over to Alvin Gentry after he made it.
You know, that was the best angle for us because we could see exactly what Tony Douglas had to go through just to guard Curry. And wow, he did everything right.
Step back. It's the deuce for Douglas. 6-point game, 91-85. So Pels hanging tough despite the fact that the best in the world and Douglas kicked it. I don't blame him. Out of frustration, I'd kick it.
Whatever it takes.
So Steph Curry deep on the sideline. And how much space does he need? And hardly any?
This is not a whole lot of space. Hands down, man down. Splash. Ouch.
Green trying to get it. And Anthony Davis met him. Anthony Davis held his ground. Babbitt, quick catch and shoot. Never really had it, did he? So as good as he's been and as quick as he's been, you can't rush it. Harrison Barnes, money. That's his range, actually. 15, 16, right in that neighborhood.
I don't disagree. That's why I said when he's out there on the three-point line, don't overcommit.
So an 8-point lead. Inside of 3. AD, tough shot. Good body control. Sometimes those floaters, you can put yourself off balance. Another layup for Steph Curry. So the defensive breakdowns right now are killing the Pelicans.
Well, Anthony never broke down into a defensive stance to get Curry under control. Kind of, maybe he's a little tired out there.
Douglas thought about it. Man, it'll be a travel. Yep. He touched it first. So the turnover for the Pelicans is their 8th. They've been outscored over the first 7. 13-4, and an opportunity for more. Fast break points. It's also a plus 11 for the Warriors.
Malvin just came out and said, we got to get the ball moving. We're not passing the ball. Everybody's dribbling, going one-on-one and trying to make something happen. We're getting turnovers and bad shots.
John Livingston into the game. With Brandon Rush, Green, Iguodala stays out there, along with Steph Curry. Rush Soft rim.
Maybe it's just that rim. It's 2 on that rim.
Pels are shooting at the wrong end in the second half now. 2 minutes inside of 2 minutes to play. Back to a 10-point lead, matching their largest so far for the Warriors. Anderson was free momentarily. Now the shot clock consideration. Another turnover. Curry on the run. And behind his back, the magician putting on a display here in the third quarter. Steph Curry's got 37.
He's got easily 20 in this third.
22 with that. Babbitt flat and short, but Ryan Anderson's there. Back to a 10-point deficit. Curry can't play the entire second half, can he?
Yeah,
maybe. He just that little hesitation. He'll curl it home. That's 24. Don't forget he hung 24 in the first quarter on him. 24 and 3 assists here in the third.
He got hit in the face on that one.
Well, you can't get any angrier. What is he going to do? Anthony Davis a little bit strong. Iguodala will take it. So it's disintegrated down to a 12-point deficit. And Curry off the dribble, going to the line, looking for the 4-point play. In his own backyard. That's the way he puts it up, like he lives here.
Hey man, this is not terribly guarded. It's a foul, but you're pretty close. You're 6'8". Here's a transition with basket where he goes behind his back and leaves Luke running out of bounds. But I mean, how do you get this guy stopped?
Klay Thompson at 37, don't forget. Last January in Sacramento, 37 of the quarter. Steph Curry's got 28 in the third here in New Orleans. Douglas, he thought he had contact. He was bleeding, but it's a 14-point game. 105-91.
Who do you think's shooting this?
He probably thinks, even though it's 10 on the shot clock for him, he probably thinks, I can get a 2 for 1, can't I? Even though it's not working. Curry. No. The final shot with 10 seconds to play belongs to the Pels. Not enough stops in the third, to say the least. Douglas at the buzzer, and that'll do it. It'll count if it goes, actually. And it wouldn't surprise me if it did. That's how good it was for the Warriors and Steph Curry. So, what a show. Put on by the league's MVP, Steph Curry. Very similar to what we saw in the first quarter in Oakland on Tuesday night. So Curry's erupted. He's got 43 after posting 40 just a few nights ago against the Pelicans. And we still have another 12 minutes left to play. After 3, Warriors by 14. Ticketer, Steph Curry 28, Pels 26.
Well, he's definitely come alive, and again, the reaction, the overreaction to his play allows him to get assists. Defensively, he's coming up with steals and loose balls and turning them into easy baskets. I mean, it's pretty impressive what he's capable of doing, and then just shooting just flat out deep from behind the arc.
Pelicans start with it to begin the fourth quarter. Ryan Anderson will spin. He's right there for the taking. No finish. So Steph Curry with 28 in the third was just 10 of 13 from the field, 5 of 7 from beyond the arc, 3 of 3 at the free throw line. It's an average day for him. Barbosa's going to get a layup out of it. And now total breakdowns defensively.
Well, you know, Jeff Van Gundy, when I played with the Rockets, used to use the term, let go of the rope. And right now, the frustration of the offense and defense and Steph Curry coming out and getting hot in that third quarter, you can see the body language, the energy out here for the Pelicans has let down quite a bit.
They've got Sean Livingston, Barbosa. Curry gets a break. Iguodala with the basketball, with Rush, and also Maurice Spates. And it's off of Livingston. That's only the 8th turnover of the night for the Warriors. Let's check back in with Jen. Jen.
Well, Joel, this is certainly a historic performance for Steph Curry in many ways. First of all, it is a new personal record for him. 28 points in a quarter is his new high. His old high was 26 points in a quarter last February versus Dallas. Also, unfortunately for the Pelicans, it's a new opponent high as well. But if it has to be set, Steph Curry's a great one to set it, Joel.
Without a doubt, he's a magician. His handle, the best in the NBA, along with Kyrie Irving. I don't think there is a better. Those two top of the list, at least as far as I'm concerned. Spades, that's his game. He's a kind of a pick and pop guy anyway. He's not an inside guy. And that was just off a straight catch and shoot. It'll be a rub. And before the pass, a foul will come on the side. So lots of time. 2 minutes gone by in the fourth. Let's see if they can get it down before Curry comes back into the game to 6 or 8 points potentially.
5-6 point run, 8-point run can be done. Just got to get better ball movement. That's another tough shot.
Yeah, real low percentage.
You got to do it together. It can't be one guy, my turn, my turn.
Got to get back in transition. Pelicans have been outscored 22-9. That was almost an easy one for Spades if he handles it. So inside of 10 to play. And Spades with the size advantage. Mo Spades, he was in double figures yesterday in his 8th year out of Florida. Won a title with that group in Florida back in 2007. Left after his sophomore season. Would have been a phenomenal pass. I like passes off the dribble like that, where they never bring it up. It's just in sync, in rhythm.
That was in a tight window, too. So.
And we talked about it. How good is it to see Sean Livingston playing at this level? He got a deal last year coming over. Timing's everything. After we all saw when he was in Brooklyn, his game is back. Maybe not as quick as he was when he came out of high school, but the worst leg injury you'll ever see in the NBA. Barbosa trying to get contact, kicking his feet out. Now here's Smith on the run. Too fast for his own good. So Iguodala. That was old school. Bob Pettit's here. And I went over to halftime and saw Bob and Alma Pettit. It was great to see. One of the greatest players in NBA history. Dante Cunningham gets inside. The one thing we talked about in the third quarter, not a lot of ball and man movement, a lot of dribbling for the Pelicans. Spades again. And Cunningham will keep it away. So we're the lucky ones. We've got top 50 all time, in the house all the time. Anderson was praying for that one to go down. So is everybody here at the Smoothie King Center. But always great to have Bob Pettit here in New Orleans with us. Spades again. See, he's got the green light. We know that. He's got Anderson, but a moving pick on Ish Smith. So that'll take us to a timeout. Steph Curry, the story. Try to stay with this guy. Everybody has over the last couple of years, and it hasn't worked. The Warriors are the world champs for a reason, and they've got one of the great players in the game. The Liv Moss spotlight. Anthony Davis getting his money's worth on this one. Draymond Green with a run out, and he had an idea what was going to happen after that.
Yeah, he's got a better seat than we do. Just watch it.
So AD over on the bench, double-double, 15 and 11, but it's required 15 shots, so not a real good night efficient-wise. 6 of 15. Also 4 assists, though. And it boils down to stops. A lot of people forget that this team was number 1 in defensive efficiency last year, the Golden State Warriors. They're number 2 offensive efficiency in winning 67 games. There was no luck involved. The only luck they had last year was the good fortune of staying healthy.
Yes.
Barnes, Spades wasn't ready, and it'll go back to the Pels. So 4 minutes gone by in the fourth in a 15-point game. Make it a 14-point game at 111-97. Second half, Golden State, big difference. They're 7 of 10, thanks to Curry's 5 of 7 from beyond the arc. Eric Gordon out there, Spades, and a technical. He cracked Ryan Anderson after the initial whistle and the foul. He played through the whistle just a bit.
It's a tough place to catch a shot, though. And that's no little man doing it.
No.
Immediate technical foul called.
Also, technical foul.
Ryan's already had problems
Yep.
with his neck and back, so that didn't feel good at all.
Holiday to shoot the tech.
Drew Holiday is at the line to shoot the technical free throw. Pelicans with 13 attempts, 21 of 30 for the Warriors at the stripe. So let's see if there's one last run in the Pels with Anthony Davis and Holiday on the floor with Ryan Anderson. Eric Gordon back in there with 4 fouls, and he sat out almost the entire third. Cunningham and G. Now Anthony Davis will take over for Cunningham. They tried to go with the man advantage, but they weren't on the power play.
Should be on the power play after that.
That hit?
Yes.
2 minutes.
That had to be a 2-minute major, huh?
Yeah, 2 minutes slashing.
Oh, slashing.
Yes.
I don't know my lingo.
Anderson asking for it, but fronted by Iguodala. And now Iguodala on the overplay. Knocked it away. What a play by Anderson. Not too shabby by Iguodala either. Did everything he could defensively.
2 good plays.
And down to an 11-point game. Harrison Barnes, size advantage on Eric Gordon.
Now this is what he can do.
Yep. All day. He's your classic 3 kind of swing. Eric Gordon, a 2. And he had about 3 inches, 4 inches potentially height wise. Anthony Davis, and off Davis out of bounds. Good job by Draymond Green. Ryan Anderson, lose it.
Oh, there it is.
Stay with it.
Soft touch.
16 for Anderson, 18 for Holiday, and 15 for Anthony Davis. Top 3 scores for the Pelicans. And also off the bench, Tony Douglas with 15. Inside of 7. That guy's back, and he almost got an assist. Ryan Anderson a little bit longer than Harrison Barnes impacted that play. Drew Holiday. Right by Livingston, no, but on a pass. It'll come in at the side.
But you notice the ball didn't stop. Kept moving, catch, drive, catch, pass. That's how they got to get back to playing. Somebody's going to get open. Somebody's going to get a good shot if they keep that going.
So one more foul to give for the Warriors. Inside of 7 left. Anthony Davis is looking for the back door. Now Holiday on the switch. Over Draymond Green. Davis tries to take it away. It's going to be a loose ball foul. And hopefully he's okay. He went up kind of in a vulnerable position with one hand trying to pull it down. So they're out of fouls. They're coming to the side. Harrison Barnes. And it was pretty much a 50-50 ball, actually.
Yeah, that looked more violent than it was.
Right. Went up with one hand. They were locked. Oh, he held his arm.
Yeah, but that wasn't like.
Yeah, there's Harrison. They gave it to Harrison.
He didn't do anything. I mean, he didn't do what it looked. I mean, it looked like he just threw him to the ground, but that wasn't the case at all.
Yeah, the result's always worse, isn't it? Drew Holiday's got to protect it against Iguodala, and he'll go to the line. So now the Pels shoot the rest of the game. They've only got 1 team foul. Now don't forget, they put the Warriors in this position frequently tonight. See if they can capitalize.
They're shooting better free throws, so hopefully.
Yeah, much better this game. Had to get better. Pels out. It is absolutely free, and it's a good companion on your mobile phone. So it'll alert you to everything Pelican-wise. Look at stats, scores, same boards we're looking at here courtside, and all the team news. Go to Pelicans.com and download the Pelicans app for your mobile device today. Drew Holiday will get the roll. Pelicans are back within 11. And they make a run.
And Drew is at 21 minutes now, so how much more are they going to let him play?
Well, inside of 6, TV timeout coming up. Curry, just too good. That's a fall away after Gordon had pretty much prevented his drive on the baseline. 45 for Steph Curry, his first bucket of the 4th. What a show he has put on tonight.
The ball. They got to get Gordon on the block. He's got Curry down there.
Right. They haven't made really, and Curry won't get that one, but we talked about it. Harrison Barnes tries to save it with Green, and what a good play by Draymond Green. Extra effort for Barnes' 3 ball. Anthony Davis would get it on the short one. And he's got to worry about Livingston behind. We talked about making Curry play defense, and that hasn't been done a lot. Anthony Davis will go to the line. So beignets in our future. See it, Cafe Du Monde. Right now, Pelicans need a couple more from Davis and some long balls as well. Warriors, Anthony Davis is headed to the free throw line. A little more than 5 left in regulation. Our defensive play of the game is all brought to you by Hub International.
This is a good one by Anthony Davis. Good body position. Stays down on that first pump fake and goes up, gets the block shot. Going the other way.
His second block of the game. So Drew Holiday staying on the floor with 22 minutes already put in. So they're going to find out in the next 2 to 3 if they're going to make a game of it or not.
Right.
And after that, you're running out of racing room.
They got to go now.
On Breeders' Cup Day. So Anthony Davis, American Pharaoh, rocked, by the way. Anthony Davis gets the first of 2. Here, you want to take away from this game something really positive?
Yeah, I'm listening.
The Pelicans will not see the Golden State Warriors again until March 31st.
That's excellent.
And they only face them 3 times this year. Now, as difficult as the schedule is for the Pels over the first 20, and it's tough. John Schumann, our buddy from NBA.com, has posted it's the most difficult in the NBA by 1-loss record from last season. After the first of the year, though, it is the second easiest in the NBA.
All right.
So tread water, and they got to do that in a hurry. Draymond Green, no shot there, as Curry attracted 2.
And those passes are on the money. Just catch and shoot. You don't have to do anything with it.
Anthony Davis with Klay Thompson all over him on the ricochet. It'll belong to the Pels. 13 left in the shot clock. So they'll be 3-0 if everything stays the same with 5:03 to play. And what a display Steph Curry put on tonight. 15 of 23, 7 of 12 from beyond the arc, all in at the free throw line. As Eric Gordon is grabbed, Anthony Davis comes away, and he'll go to the line again to shoot 2. So that stops the clock down 14. 45 and 7 assists for Steph Curry.
His third. Warriors over the limit.
And only 2 turnovers. Now the Warriors brought back their core. Like the Pelicans brought back their core, they brought back their top 12. In fact, 12 from last year's roster, and that includes their top 9 in minutes played. So they've got a good thing going. And don't forget, this is all without Andrew Bogut on the floor.
Right.
Who's a big component for them.
And there's such a, I mean, he makes them so much better. They've been fighting around like on the edge of the playoffs every year. The year Bogut is healthy, they end up winning it all.
Anthony Davis, I think maybe somebody stepped, or did he turn an ankle? Drew Holiday with the foul. Let's hope AD's okay at this point of this one. Knee to knee. Yeah, it looked like it with Drew Holiday. Draymond Green, as Steph Curry talks smack across the way.
Shots fired.
Right. Well, David, you've always said, what is it, percentage, shooting percentage-wise? Because you know Steph since he's a baby.
Right, and I always talk to him about help us out. And the 2 times that I've said that, he shot the ball bad. And tonight,
yeah,
not so much. He stopped talking to me before games.
You got to come up with a new delivery. Eric Gordon doesn't get the reverse.
Changing my game up a little bit.
Yeah, really. Change of pace, please.
But he did say that this summer, he said, even though it was a short summer, he'd give it up every year to win championships.
14 in the shot clock on the kick. Frustration is what it boils down to now. And they still need offense is not going to be a problem for this team. It is still defense.
Certainly. And you see spots where they're good, spots where they've made some growth, doing a great job of doing small things, but still glaringly, this team has got a lot of work ahead of them.
They were down, or up by 1 actually, at the break, 65-64. And then, as Anthony Davis is headed to the line, looking at the 3-point play, and then Steph Curry took it upon himself to try to put the game away. So Anthony Davis was on a collision course, and it may have been with his own teammate. Watch Drew Holiday here. Is it with Drew? No. Kind of rolled it on his own. Maybe the toe Drew's in front of his foot.
He's still
So
grimacing.
if I'm AD, though, I burn those shoes.
Yeah, they probably won't get another wear. There's a sign and given to charity.
Good call. Sign him, auction him. Klay Thompson coming away without it. And given away by Babbitt. Easy one. Horns off a giveaway. Steph Curry on the dime. And it was an 11-point game, don't forget. If you're coming the other way, you can make it interesting, especially if you get a 3-ball. So that's a costly turnover. Holiday in the mid-range game. Back to 11. 3.5 left. Drew Holiday. Good night for Drew all the way around. To see him on the floor in 24 minutes, he's got 22 points. Curry on the hesitation step back move. Bringing all the tricks out. Once he saw you again, 47 for Curry.
You're blaming me for this?
Without a doubt. It's Anthony Davis. Drew Holiday found him. There was contact as he screams at Bill Kennedy, and he just got a tee. That's frustration.
He wanted a technical.
Yeah, he was all over his arm. Watch the left arm right there.
Yep.
So Steph Curry earned it to 47. Make it 48 for Curry. 9 of 9 at the free throw line.
What a stat line.
So his career best is 54. And do you need him much longer in this one? 124-112. One of the few times you see the Warriors work the clock. At least we think they
doubt
will. Maybe not.
Shots up.
Thompson created space with the off arm. Did a good job. And didn't get the bucket. Holiday. Against a former teammate, Iguodala. AD shoots 3. Boy, that really helps. You stop the clock and with a chance to score.
Get it to single digits.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want. And let's give credit as well to Luke Walton, kind of gluing things together. I know he's talking to Steve Kerr constantly, but doing a really good job on the bench for the Warriors.
Real solid job. Good substitution. And this is a good play upstairs. Drew Holiday, good to have him out there on the court. Upstairs to Anthony Davis.
.235 to play. Party continues at the Smoothie King Center. It's not slowing them down. As Anthony Davis shoots 3, making a 9-point game. He gets all 3. Curry out there along with Iguodala. And last night, Curry had 25. You can see the frustration, of course, Alvin Gentry against the team that he worked so closely with last year. The relationship he still has with all those guys. But last night, Steph Curry had 25. Didn't play many minutes. And it had to be really satisfying for him after all the luck that they had. Everybody said, oh, and one coach in particular in LA said they were lucky because they didn't face the Clippers, they didn't face my team, and they didn't face the Spurs. Well, you could have gotten there, but you blew a 3-1 lead against the Rockets.
Exactly.
He averaged 31 a game against the Rockets in the conference finals, and there was so much speculation. Harden, Curry, who's MVP? Luke Babbitt tries to take it away, and it's going to be a loose ball foul. It's going to be on the Pels.
Oh. Now Alvin's going to get a technical.
Yeah. It's in on the side, though. Yeah, arm up. Left arm came up and kept Curry away from it. Alvin's got a real legitimate gripe at the other end, though. After the dunk, you saw Iguodala on him. So a 9-point game after AD got all 3. He's got 26 and 15 with 4 assists and a couple of blocks. They got to pitch a shutout the rest of the way. And good luck with him on the floor. So Luke Babbitt. And that'll do it. Thank you very little. Steph Curry with another 30-footer or more, and he's close to his career best of 54.
It's 51, isn't it?
He's got 51 now. Anthony Davis, here comes the trap. Holiday, can he answer? No, well short. And it's now official.
This too.
You could take that ticket to the window. So inside of a minute 50 to play, somebody's got to help. And I'm talking about on Green, but they didn't account for Curry on the dive. And a couple of free throws coming up. Highlights from all around the NBA, college football highlights, Game 4 of the World Series. Crew is in New York. So everything coming up a little bit later on Fox Sports Live on FS1. So one of the truly greats in the game at the free throw line with 51 on the board. Now 10 of 10 at the stripe, and he's only 2 away from matching his career best. We talk about Durant, LeBron James, Anthony Davis. Don't forget, this guy's right there, Steph Curry. And now a point away from matching this career high. A minute 38 and counting. So the Pels will fall to 0-3. Get rid of the Golden State Warriors until the last day of March. And Eric Gordon getting back, but didn't take it with him. Draymond Green.
I was going to say, Curry's going to get a couple extra looks at it because looks like his teammates want him to get it as well. So they're going to set screens and set him up to get shots.
That was the 9th assist for Curry. So you talk about points accounted for. Curry again. And a step back three. Picked up by Gordon. He knows what's going on. Ryan Anderson fills it up. 13-point game. 31 though. 1-3-1 on the board for the Warriors. So the issue is not at the offensive end. It's about getting stops now. Granted, it is Curry. And with the left hand, didn't get the career high. He may get another opportunity though. And he will. Unless they pull him out of the game, no. So 30 seconds to play. And he might come out of the game now at 53. Yes, he is.
I'm surprised he stayed that long. Luke must know also that he's close. Let him go after it. Gave him a couple of shots at it. All right. I see you fall on the floor that time. I better get you out before I get in trouble.
27-year-old Stephen Curry. One off his career best, and what a home opener for the Pelican fans. They won't forget this. Disappointed in the loss, but what a display by a generational talent.
I don't know how you can be a fan of any team and not appreciate that kind of basketball.
Ian Clark on the floor for the first time tonight. McAdoo, cleanup time. And Brandon Rush will take it. And that's why he got a contract. He was, don't forget, after his career at Kansas, good-looking player for the Pacers. Right when he came out of college, before the injury. Tony Douglas, and that will do it. So the Pels fall to 0-3 in a 14-point setback to the world champs, who are now 3-0. Pelicans have a couple of days to get ready for the Orlando Magic, another high-scoring team that scored in bunches last night in a matchup with Oklahoma City. But the story tonight, the brilliant display we witnessed from one Stephen Curry. 27-year-old out of Davidson, and he has turned around this franchise. Absolutely. We can talk about the depth they have and the exceptional backcourt they have, but he is the difference. 53 for Curry and a 14-point win for the Warriors. Stay tuned. Pelicans Live with Aaron Hardigan, Stephen Howard coming up. Interviews, highlights, all the analysis. They'll break it down. It is time now for the final take.